Here we are, Mad Decent headquarters. This is the main studio room we use. So I'm gonna give you a little quick run through of what I use and how I use it. A couple things I like about Massive is the versatility. It took me about 2 weeks to get my head around it. I was really scared getting into it, but once I learned how to connect the dots and actually learn to build my own sounds is what really helped. Then I started going through the stock sounds and like learning what they do so I could actually affect them and use them to my advantage to fit them into different tracks, however it would work. Me and my crew here at Mad Decent, we build different Massive patches, or if you're in the scene, you can trade Massive patches with other artists. That's what a lot of people do. You get your top secret Massive going on. Massive can do anything from like building crazy sub basses you would hear in drum bass tracks or hip hop tracks to really high-end pad noises, and I like the effect. People love Massive because of the movement, It's really easy to, and the LFOs are very dynamic and easy to use, and they're very fluid. And after a while, I got really comfortable in using it. I've seen people use Massive and run the performer through the step, through the other thing, through the distortion, through the effect, and it's an endless amount of ways you can channel and build your presets. That's Massive for me. Battery, I love the depth. I love how many sounds you can get in one kit. It's kind of endless. And I like to test lots of different sounds when I use battery, and you can just do this forever and ever, and move your sounds around, substitute different sounds for things, build your own patches. We do a lot of our own kits. We make a lot of our own kits out of sounds that we collect. Derek DJ here has made kits out of just like documentaries he's worked on. He's cut little drums and voices and stuff out and stuck them into battery, and we use those to make #1 records sometimes. I was afraid to use a lot of plugins. When I used Logic, I used pretty much the stock plugins. In Ableton even, I started using Operator and Impulse and things. And I think Battery was the first plugin I got into on the sheer value of the library. And then once I got into Native Instruments stuff and I started using Massive and FM8, and I got really comfortable in the way that the plugins look and the way their versatility and in the way they're used and the sounds they make and the control you can have over the sounds. I think that's the most important thing about Native Instruments stuff, is that you have a direct control over what it sounds like and how it is. It's not just like putting in a Triton and having the stock sounds. You actually build things from scratch. And that's how each person I know that uses something like Massive has a unique sound to each track or each style that they use. So KONTAKT is a new thing going on over here. It's a lot more elaborate. Like when you have a certain amount of stock sounds in something like Battery or Massive, KONTAKT is more endless. There's a couple cool kits like we were just talking about, the Alicia keys, which we've used before. We made our own instrument here, which is not so much an instrument, but it's more like a sample set. And I haven't used this in a track, but I've used this to play live when we do our major Lazer shows. We use a similar controller like the Machine, run it through here, and we control some of the effects like reverb and delay, and then we just sort of, and then, I don't know. Yeah, if the controller is here, you can see we kind of really just wild out with the samples, and it just sounds like a sort of like reggae apocalypse happening at our fingertips during our shows. I think most of our show is just this noise, and then the beats come second, I think. You'll hear a lot of this. And then you'll hear some drums and some major Lazer records as well, but it's a lot of chaos, and we like that in our tracks and in our live shows. So.